Hey you guys, it is TsubakiSwagg and I'm coming to you with my review of Naruto Shippuden episode 378, the 10 Tails Jinchiriki. And I'm sorry I'm so hella late, but my birthday was yesterday and the day before that I had some other things that I had to get finished, so better late than never. I've been saying that a lot lately. But this episode, a lot of people, for those of you who don't read the manga, I've heard a lot of you are mad that Obito became the 10 Tails Jinchiriki, but I mean, I can understand where you're coming from because I was just mad. It was when I first found out when I was reading the manga. So Obito is now the 10 Tails Jinchiriki. He absorbed the 10 Tails. He did the Rini Rebirth Jutsu. I know I said that wrong, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He did that jutsu. Which was the same jutsu that Nagato did, pretty much to bring everybody back. But Obito changed the signs and he made himself the 10 Tails Jinchiriki. So now Madara will not be able to be the 10 Tails Jinchiriki because Obito took the 10 Tails and put it inside himself. And nobody was expecting this. Of course, Minato was upset because Obito was one of his students. Like, he was, Obito was pretty much one of his students. So Minato was upset, and Obito, like, after a while, like, at first he pretty much had lost sight of himself, I guess is the best way I could put it. And the 10 Tails was a little bit too powerful for him, which his body in a way started rejecting the 10 Tails, and it turned him into this big like ugly blob thing. But Obito was having like literally they showed Obito like the inside of his mind, and he was literally being torn apart, and they were showing it like kind of like symbolism, like the picture of him, Kakashi, Rin, and Minato. And first, like, Obito's face was gone out of the picture, then they pulled Kakashi's face off, and then they pulled off Minato, and the only thing that was left was Rin. And he, of course, remembers Rin because he's doing all of this because Rin died. So, as he was remembering Rin, everything started coming back to his mind, and they literally, like, showed the picture being pieced back together, including his original picture of how he used to look. And Obito finally got a grip on himself, and he just became so fucking badass. Like, it was crazy how awesome he became after that. Like, after he finally got a grip on himself, he remembered everything, and he just went after all the Hokages were still like holding up the barrier, and Obito was able to use his 10 Tail power to pretty much break that indestructible barrier that the 10 Tails itself couldn't even break. So he broke down the barrier, and then he went after all of the Hokages. And first he kind of took out Hashirama and Tobirama. Tobirama then used his jutsu, which was like never-ending paper bombs, which would keep blowing up until the opponent was dead. And they kept doing that, and then of course Obito was still alive. And he used his black orbs to save him. And then next, he went after Hiruzen, or third Hokage, and literally like obliterated him. All that was left was part of his arm and the lower half of his body. And of course when Hashirama was going to go after Obito, Madara comes up literally out of nowhere. He's like, I'm tired of waiting, blah blah blah. Madara just, like, literally all he wants is to fight Hashirama. That is really the only thing that he cares about right now. So Madara went after Hashirama, and things are about to go down between those two. But during all of this, Minato was like, I'm going to go after Obito, and Minato pretty much just told Obito to stop doing this, blah blah blah. And Obito remembered Minato, and pretty much Minato tried to do his flying, he was trying to teleport over to Obito, and the sign that he put on Obito is no longer there ever since he became the 10 Tails Jinchiriki. So that was out of the question. So him, Naruto, and Sasuke were about to team up. Naruto was going to go after, Sasuke was going to go after Obito, and Naruto was going to go after Obito. Naruto almost got hit. Sasuke saved him with his Susanoo, and then Naruto saved Minato and Sasuke because Minato said previously that he cannot teleport anybody unless he is directly touching them. So Naruto kept this in mind, and he used his Nine Tails ability to pretty much connect him and Minato to each other, so that way they were able to teleport together. So yeah, things are about to get really, really interesting. This episode is pretty freaking awesome. Obito is just so fucking badass. Like, now that he has the Ten Tails power, he is pretty much indestructible right now. So things are about to get really, really interesting, and I'm so sorry that I'm so late on this episode, but I did watch it, I promise. So, as always, for those of you who don't read the manga, I would love to hear how you guys felt about Obito becoming the Ten Tails Jinchiriki, or even how you felt about this episode as a whole. But this, as always, please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.